Alright, I'm packing up. I got an interview again today in the city. I think it's with a Chicago artist named Q50. So I got my 3 tripods and my light. Alright, I got my trunk with my camera gear in it. And I got some chop error drop-offs for later. Let's hit the road. I'm trying to make a better effort to release like my content before and while I'm going out to start filming. I need an oil change. Alright. This is my first time setting up this car mount while being inside of the car. So I gotta figure out the placement. Ideally I would have wanted it there, but I did it over there for some reason. So let's see how it looks. No SD card. Let's go fix that. The funny thing with this SD card is I have a bunch of these SD cards, but they're not compatible with the 4K settings on this Osmo. So me and Legend were kind of sharing it between my content and his content. So that's how I ended up having no SD card. But I'm back in the car now. Alright, I just set up the Osmo in the car for the first time. I'm heading to the city. I got a shoot today for 12. It's 10:25. I should be out there by 11. It won't take me long to set up and knock the interview out. I think the interview is with a Chicago-based artist, I think, Q50. We're gonna see what it's hitting for the day. I'm trying to do a better job of releasing like my behind the scenes of my day, packing up the vehicle, setting up the tripods, the camera angles and stuff like that. So we're gonna give this one a shot. I'm gonna make sure I edit this one and put it out because I'm real good at starting, and then any little hint of frustration I occur, it's just quiet, I'll just stop. So I have a lot of videos packing my truck and maybe even setting up the tripods, and then it's that. Today I'm gonna try to record. I packed the truck. I'm heading to the city now. I'm gonna record setting up the tripods with the different angles. I might do some behind the scenes of the interview. I'll record breaking down the equipment, and then I'll record my ride back, and I'm gonna see how I feel about it. But despite anything, I'm gonna make sure I put it out. I'm gonna make sure that this content sees the light of day. I think moving forward, I would move this tilter mount a little higher up. I'll move the tilter angle a little higher up, so maybe you'll see me better, but I don't know how it looks as of yet. And then I kind of don't like that I have it upside down. Ideally, I want it right side up, but everything is a learning curve. So last night I missed the Rich Flex pizza party. I went to B&H to return something that I got for Legend that came broken. And while I was there, I ran into one of my homegirls, and she was like, "Perfect, running into you here. I'm here to buy a camera. Can you help me?" So I asked her what it is that she's trying to do with the camera, and I gave her 2 suggestions, and she had something in mind already. So she wanted the GX7 III, which is real popular because of TikTok, but it's 7 years old. I don't feel like it makes sense to buy a 7-year-old camera and wait for it. Like, you have to go on a waiting list, and it's gonna ship in 2 months, and then you could get it. I felt like there was other options that she could have went with, so I told her to go with Canon, of course, but we were looking at the R50 and a V1. I felt like those two was good based on what it is that she wanted to do as far as taking her pictures. They both have good picture quality, and as far as like the little vlogs that she wants to start doing, they're more than capable. But like, once we got in the store, she was so gung-ho on getting the G7. So the sales associate asked her the same questions I did, and told her, I think that this V1 is the best camera that you could get. She liked the size of the G7S because it's a relatively small camera, and like she could just throw in her little purses or her big purses or whatever, because she'd be having some monster purses. But ultimately, at the end of the day, she ended up taking the V1, and she got like a vlogging kit with it. So it came with a tripod that was like another $129, I think, and it came with a mic. So she's real happy. And then of course she had to get like her mic. I mean, not her mic, her memory card. She got a regular SanDisk memory card, so she's ready to go. I'll probably make a blog like teaching her how to use the camera and like the different settings and stuff. But she's very excited for her camera purchase. I suggested the Ridge sling bag to her since the camera is a little bigger, and she'll be able to fit the camera in there and her little shit that she really be using, her lip gloss and her little coin purse and stuff. These just died, so I'm gonna take them off and let them charge back up for later. Yeah, but when I'm done filming, I might just go and link her and give her a tutorial of the camera and its different features and stuff. But I was happy to help her with what it is she was trying to do. Another problem that she was having with the cameras was a lot of these cameras they're building don't have flash on them, and that's gonna be a deal breaker with any woman, because they want to make their little blogs and stuff, but they definitely want their pictures, and their pictures is usually in the night because they're going out to dinner, out with their homegirls or whatever, so they need the option of the flash, and that camera has the flash on it. So she's happy with her purchase. I was happy to help her. And then we ended up going out for dinner. We went to Pasta Bar, I think it was called, and we had like a lobster. We split like 2 meals between us. One was like a lobster something. Road rage, pardon me. One was something with lobster. One was like with white sauce. She didn't like it. She felt like she could have cooked it at home. So I challenged her to do such and give me an invite. I ain't turning down one of her meals. Alright, I'm in Manhattan now. Let me load this up. So I got a 3 camera setup, 3 lights, and this is the set. I had to mute the background because the guys was already in the studio when I reached, so I just recorded it and I'm doing a voiceover. Alright, so we just finished the shoot. It was with a Chicago artist named Q50 Bloodhound or something like that. The interview was pretty good, and he was very in tune with the New York culture. I'm heading back to Brooklyn now. We just finished the shoot. Went by quick. Artist came a little bit late, but we knocked it out. The interview wasn't bad. I wasn't able to do a recording of my setup because people was already in the studio, and it's hard to make the videos while people is talking and laughing and listening to music and shit. But I recorded it, so I'll probably do a voiceover and just explain the setup that I picked out for this particular interview, because there was only 2 of them. One of the co-hosts, I think he couldn't get off of work, so it was just one of the hosts. We got 2 interviews tomorrow. Those should be interesting. With the people that's pulling up. Looks like it's about to rain. I can't wait to look at this footage to see what I need to do differently with this Tilta Suction Cup mount that I'm using. But 100% I need to not have the camera upside down.